Yo, what's up? This is day 5 of the No Thought, Just Talk challenge. And I think today we're going to be talking about fear. Because fear is one of those things that's just like, it holds a lot of people back, right? From accomplishing what they need to do and just give them the encouragement and just, to actually get done what they need to get done, right? And fear is one of those things where a lot of the times people like to have fear over the future, right? Of course, they can have fear in other types of things, such as like fear over spiders or fear of driving or all of those other types of stuff, right? And the craziest thing about fear is that when you're afraid of something over the future, that's just anxiety because your mind is literally creating some unfortunate series of events that are not real and that does not take place in a realistic time point or is not happening to you right now, right? So you feeling that fear is really just being anxious over a future outcome, right? And it's the funny thing is that it's actually a future outcome that you don't desire, right? And if you really think about it, if it's a anxiousness over an outcome that you don't desire, then you can feel excited about a future outcome that you do desire, right? Now, the reason why you may feel a little bit of fear is because you've had a bad experiences, so you expect those bad experiences to just continue on into the future. But if you've also had good experiences, such as the warmth on your face, you go into the beach, you go into some nice, beautiful place of something that you actually really enjoy, then you can recreate those moments and you could just like have a beautiful expectation for the future, right? You can have a beautiful thought or a beautiful, a joyful expectation of a future outcome that you do desire. So let's say, for example, and I know because I've done this before when I was younger, I would love going to the beach when I was a kid, right? I just absolutely loved it. Every single day I would just go to the beach and I would just like, I wouldn't go to the beach every single day, but it was during the summertime. I lived in Jamaica, so it was easy for me, right? And so if I was in Jamaica and I was going to the beach during the summertime, I would automatically feel that the beautiful sun just, warming up my skin. I would feel the warmth of the ocean. I'd feel like the heat of the sand on the beaches, the white sandy beaches. Like it was just absolutely amazing. And even to that point, it's like I would go out there and I just have a great time. So if I was supposed to go on vacation, vacation automatically means to me, I'm about to go to the beach and I'm about to enjoy a nice little sandy beach and I'm going to be out there and it's going to be really great, right? It's a joyful expectation that I'm creating for myself because even though I haven't been on the vacation yet, I'm expecting that it's going to be a great vacation. It's going to be something fun. I'm going to be looking forward to it. I'm going to be expecting something enjoyable about this experience. And so it's like the opposite way around is like, oh, you got a test coming up. Now you're going to be fearful about the test that you got coming up because you may have failed a test or two before in the past. So now you're expecting that you're going to fail that test too. But if you could recreate that though, if you could just go to a place like, for example, again with the beach, if you could just be at the beach and just think about the test while you're at the beach, you're not going to have such a really bad time thinking about that, right? You could think about you passing the test at the beach. You could think about you, acing every question that comes up at you while you're at the beach. You can feel the warmth of the rays and being like, you know what, this is actually going to be a really great test. Like, I'm going to ace this. What? Then you could come up with a strategy. Then you could come up with something of some way that you could actually like pass this test. And the funny thing about fear, again, is that I heard this at one point in my life was that fear either means face everything and rise or forget everything and run, right? And it's very, very interesting that those are the two definitions that people kind of came up with for fear, right? Those abbreviations that people come up with fear. Because those two is basically flight or flight. You're either gonna fight your way through, aka face everything and rise, or you're gonna flight. You're gonna take flight. You're gonna forget everything and run, right? And so when you really comes to fear, you really gotta just dive into it and just be like, okay, I may feel afraid of this thing but this thing is just anxiety, and I can recreate that in my mind with a different expectation. I don't have to expect the worst. I could expect the best. And then on top of it too, fear ain't nothing. Cause we are more than conquerors. Am I right? Like, come on, fear is nothing. Cause we was not given a spirit of fear, but we was given one of love, power, and a sound mind. So fear is nothing. You feel me? Fear is nothing. Fear can't stop you. Fear cannot stop you. The only person stopping you from being your greatest self is you. So don't even try to be out there and just be like, oh yeah, I'ma face everything. I'ma forget everything and run. Be that person that's gonna say, I'ma face everything and rise. Despite the fear, despite my whole entire self, despite my body shaking and quivering because like I don't know how this is gonna turn out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expect the best. I'm gonna expect a future outcome that I do desire. I'm gonna expect a future outcome where I win. I'm going to expect a future outcome where my family succeeds. I'm going to expect a future outcome that no, nobody can tell me nothing about nothing. Like, what? I'm going to be great. I'm going to do it. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to be the greatest. I'm going to be amazing. I don't know what I got to do to get there, but I'm going to do it to get there because I know that this is going to be an amazing time and it's going to be an amazing journey and it's going to be great and it's going to be wonderful and I'm going to love it along the way. And again, if I'm more than a conqueror, there ain't nothing that I can't conquer. What? What is you talking about? I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. And when you get into that mind space of realizing that fear is nothing that, is not going to, that can't hold you back no more. You begin to grow and realize that, I really can do everything that I set my mind to. I could either do everything I set my mind to and let all this fear about the future take over, or I could do everything I set my mind to and conquer everything that's coming up into the future. So are you gonna be the one to just forget everything and run, or are you gonna face everything and rise? That's my question for you.